The same day as Antarctic Adventure, Konami released Yie Ar Kung Fu, a port of their relatively recent arcade game. Now, the original arcade Yie Ar Kung Fu was a genuinely pioneering title. In fact, it sort of set the template for all fighting games to follow. In this game, you fought a variety of opponents, usually armed with different weapons and special skills. You had a number of different attacks you can employ. This game was quite simple compared to the later fighting games such as Street Fighter, but at the time, this was completely innovative. Unfortunately, the Famicom Yie Ar Kung Fu doesn't quite live up to the same standards. In fact, it's almost a completely different game. Now, this game was also released on the MSX at around the same time. I can't help but wonder if maybe the arcade version and the home console version were developed simultaneously. First of all, you'll notice this game has an unusually horrifying color scheme: green, red, and purple. They've also reduced the number of opponents that you face from 11 to 5, and your moveset is also very much reduced. You only have basic kicks and punches. The game is also somewhat harder to control. Of course, my personal preferences for playing Yie Ar Kung Fu in the arcade version involve a lot of jumping around. This game makes it quite a bit more difficult to jump. Additionally, the hit detection on this is a little strange. A lot of times you'll be standing right next to someone, hit them, and it doesn't register. This game sort of underscores a problem for the Famicom. As arcade systems became more and more advanced, the Famicom stayed the same. Yie Ar Kung Fu is really, I think, the first port of an arcade game that suffers substantially in comparison to the arcade original. The Famicom simply isn't capable of recreating this arcade game. This would become even more true in time as arcade games got graphically more and more complex and bigger. The thing is, Yie Ar Kung Fu for the Famicom is actually a lot better than something like Urban Champion. It only suffers in comparison to the original.